Say yeah! We go hard all day, all night. On my proud son of people who be ready to fight. Say yeah, in the shade that we keep in the park. And if you're looking for trouble, our bite is worse than a bark. Cause we the proud son of boys till the day we dead. We got fists made of fire and a neck on red. We keep it dirty, dirty, keep it gritty, keep it gritty. Joe City, don't need Joe City. Keep it dirty, keep it dirty, keep it gritty, keep it gritty. On my proud son of people, let them know that you're with me. Go hard all day, all night. On my proud son of people who be ready to fight. Say
Hi everybody, this is Germain. Sorry for that intro, but there's a reason I did it, and as you can see, the deck I'm currently about to show you is my, not necessarily completely dinosaur deck. It's a deck based around monsters that are carnivores. Let's get started. One black Tyranno, basically. I don't know, he's basically the boss monster of this deck. We got Mega Zowler. Actually, my favorite dinosaur monster with its horn-ramming charge. Nice, powerful dinosaur there. A Rope of Life to get a dinosaur monster, get a monster back if you lose it. It costs your entire hand, but sometimes sends the bricks. Puzzles. We got a Battle Ox. Sabersaurus. Nice 1900 attack monster. Kind of like an evolution of Megazowler, I guess. We've got Two-Headed King Rex. That's classic monster. We got Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Rhino here. Another Sabersaurus. Another Battle Ox. We got Shrink, otherwise known as Collapse, to weaken the opponent. We got Tech Genus Rush Rhino. We have Rush recklessly to power up monsters. We got Catnip Kitty here to reduce the defense of opponent's monsters to 0. We got Soul Exchange to make summoning the beefier monsters a bit easier. We got a copy. We got 2 copies here of Adhesion Trap Hole. This is used by actually Rex and I believe Mokuba in Yu-Gi-Oh! Number Troubadour. Rex using it is why I included it in this deck. This deck is basically a Rex deck, if you can tell already. This card halves the original attack of any monster that's summoned by the opponent. Nice drop card. Now, equip cards for dinosaurs, raise body heat. A more a new school dinosaur card, but yeah, it works. Hunting Instinct. Yes, to special summon dinos. One copy of Threatening Roar to stop attacks. Another Magazowler. One of the bigger cards of this deck. Jurassic Impact. It destroys all monsters in the field if you control 2 or more dinosaurs and your life points are lower than your opponent's. And if you do, you and your opponent both take 1,000 damage for each monster destroyed by this effect. And until the end of the turn after the screen is activated, neither player can summon anything. So, yeah. I got a copy of Sword Armor Dragon. Nice 2,000 for new defense. Fossil Dig, just to add level 6 over dinosaur to your hand. Got a copy of well, I should say we got 2 copies right here of Gillosaurus, because Roxy used it in Wicked Dragons. I love his arc in Wicked Dragons. Actually, it's one of my favorite arcs in all of the original Yu-Gi-Oh! Kind of wish he would have lasted longer. We got Rocket Builder. This is actually in here because it basically because it, I don't know. I have this character in this in this manga series or anime series that I'm writing. It's heavily inspired by Yu-Gi-Oh! I have this character named Jeanette, and she is based off pro wrestler Scott Dawson / Dax Harwood. So, and since I'm basically using this deck to mimic sort of the kind of strategy she would employ in the card game that she plays, I used Rocket Pelter sort of to mimic FTR / the Revival's whole like kind of like, you know, breaking down a body part, destroying a limb, kind of like, I don't know, like crippling the opponent, which is what this card does excellently. And this card is also like very similar to a card called Attrition, which Dark Joey used. And later on, we'll see a few more of his cards make an appearance in this deck. Rocket Builder is basically when a monster attacks, you can subtract that monster's attack points from the attacked monster's attack points. So, next we got Earthquake. Switch all monsters on the field to defense mode. Can be useful in combination with Cat and Kitty. 2 copies of Gale Lizard. Returns a monster back to the hand when he's flipped. Another Gillosaurus boss and Enraged Battle Axe to give piercing to any type of beast monster, beast warrior, winged beast. Next we got good old armored lizard. Now we have fissure. Next we have a fiendish rhino warrior. Mad sword beast. Two copies of Hinotama. Sorry. Yeah. Burst a little bit in my mouth there. How embarrassing. Another raised body heat. Um, Next we got a copy of Chasm with Spikes. Why this is in here is, I guess, it's a classic Joey card, which Stick has some of, I guess, and also I use, in effect, I use a more powerful version of this effect uh, for my card in for the card in my series that's basically uh, named after the revivals, the tag team finisher, the Shadow Machine slash the Big Rig. Um, so yeah, that's why this is in here. If you want to know my version of this card, it's a tag team exclusive card. It works with basically like what's what are I don't know. They're basically like an archetype that works similar to like Morphtronics and another and a second attribute and a second archetype rather that's required to play them other than those machine cards which I refer to as handyman tool bots. Um, the second uh, the second archetype required to play the card. Um, it's just the carnivore archetype. So yeah, which is why in this Yu-Gi-Oh inspired like rendition of that, I have like many just carnivore monsters just to like just for the reference, I guess. And I find carnivore monsters just absolutely like a lot of them just really cool. So yeah. And my variation of the card called Shadow Machine, it destroys all monsters that the opposing team would have out, and it adds up a quarter of all of their points and deducts it from the opponent's score. So yeah, it's not. And that perk was based off the Yu-Gi-Oh animes, a variation of the Chasm Spikes actually. Yeah, but enough about my comic book. Enough about my manga anime series for now. Next we got another Cabazels, another 200 Rex. Widespread Ruin. Good old Wasteland. Now we got the Mighty Garuzis. We got Cyber Dinosaur used by Mr. Ryuga in Yu-Gi-Oh! GX's manga. Now we got another card to basically break down the opponent's monsters. Burden of the Mighty. A second copy of Calcium Spikes. Meteor Rain. If this isn't obvious why this card is in here, just look at it. Meteors. Meteors kill the dinosaurs. Yeah. It's very thematic. We got a trap hole. To close out the deck, we have Mad Sword Beast again. And finally, Shielded Sword, which can combo nicely with Catnip Kitty's effect. So yeah, that was my Carnivore deck. I'm working on the partner deck for it, which is going to be a Morphotronic deck. And hopefully that deck comes along nicely. It's actually almost finished right now. I think I only have like maybe 10 or so monsters left to get. So yeah, I'll profile that deck when it's done, and hopefully I can bring you guys a tag duel with those two decks in action. So with that said, that was my Carnivore deck. Hope you enjoyed. I'll see you later with another deck profile. Bye.